It's Michael McKnight. And if you're alive, breathing, which I'm presuming you are, you're going to have to deal with assholes sooner or later. So I want to give you some tools. And the first of which is probably the best and the one I use the most often. I'll give you the basis how I came to use this tool. When I was taking care of friends who had AIDS in the hospitals in San Francisco, it had just gotten over being called, GRID, gay-related immunodeficiency. Before that, it was gay cancer, right? And there was this young man who had the virus. And remember, people died very quickly back then. And he was straight. And he had this queer disease, so he had huge anger issues. Plus, it was also eating at his brain as well as his body. And a lot of nurses in those days still refused. Doctors would come in with spacesuits, It was a scary time. But I would go in there, and this guy, he bit me, would keep his feces so that he could throw it at me. Called me every name, because here I am, the queer, and I'm changing, cleaning him up, and he's got this indignance. It's not very dignified to have somebody else changing your diaper when you're an adult, right? So, but I represented the disease in many ways to him. And I'd go do all of this, and he would do what he was doing, all this screaming and insulting. And somebody asked me, they said, "Michael, how can you keep going back in there when he's so mean to you?" And I was like, that's just another way he's sick. It's nothing to do with me. And that was how I came upon the tool to deal with assholes, you see. I realized, hey, this is not a well person. Just by definition, these are not happy, fulfilled people. So you know how when we all have had to deal with those people that we know are mentally ill, insane. And you know how you get that smile but without your eyes, kind of like this. Your eyes are scared but you're smiling. Yeah, and you wait for the person to finish being crazy and then go away, or give you a chance to go away. Do this with assholes. Realize, because by their very nature, these people, these negative people who I use that phrase with, they have this talent. They will know what your weakness is. They will know where your buttons are, and they don't care if they know you. You can be standing next to them in line in Walmart, and they'll just start pushing those buttons. I don't care if it's your weight issue, your wrinkles, whatever it is. They have that ability to know what it is and go for the jugular, right? So, and you can't stop that. You cannot stop them from doing that. What you can do is disconnect your buttons. You still have them, but you have control. Disconnect your buttons. So if you look at these people while they're busy being these negative, soul-sucking beings that they are, if you're looking at them and listening to them in exactly the same way you listen to any other person that you realize is insane, then you're not thinking about them 5 minutes later. And these are people that can get under people's skin. I've known people that were upset for a week by one encounter with a person, But when you disconnect those buttons, when you realize they're mentally ill, they can't get under your skin, right? So that's tool number 1. Put it to work. You'll find out. It makes life a whole lot more pleasant.